Every summer I see gardeners making the same expensive mistake. They buy moisture-retaining crystals, water every evening, and still end up with wilted tomatoes and stressed peppers. Meanwhile, they're throwing away a material that can temporarily help dry soil hold onto water far longer than you'd expect. It's old 100% cotton, and when it's buried correctly, it can dramatically change how your soil handles moisture. I didn't fully appreciate this until I started measuring what was happening below the surface instead of judging by appearance alone. A raised bed can look bone dry while the root zone is still perfectly hydrated. That's why I use a 4-in-1 soil moisture meter that measures moisture, soil temperature, and light conditions. It has saved me from countless unnecessary watering sessions. I'll leave the exact one I use in the description if you want to check it out. Later, I'll show you the biggest mistake people make when trying this technique. The surprising part isn't that cotton absorbs water, it's where that water goes. Natural cotton fibers can absorb several times their own weight in water. Buried beneath the root zone, they act like thousands of tiny reservoirs. After rain or irrigation, the fibers store moisture and gradually release it back into the surrounding soil as it begins to dry. That steady release is what matters. Instead of soil cycling between soaking wet and completely dry, moisture changes become slower and more consistent. In my raised beds, tomatoes and cucumbers responded with steadier growth during hot weather because the roots experienced fewer moisture swings. Most gardeners bury cotton the wrong way. I've seen people bury entire t-shirts or folded towels beneath their beds. That creates dense layers that roots struggle to grow through and can even leave air pockets underground. The better approach is to shred clean 100% cotton into small pieces roughly 2 to 4 inches across. Mix 1 part shredded cotton with 4 parts finished compost before incorporating it 6 to 8 inches below the planting surface. That creates dozens of small moisture pockets instead of one large barrier. This works especially well in sandy soils where water drains away quickly. Heavy clay soils usually don't need additional moisture retention and may actually stay too wet. Here's what happened after one growing season. I tested identical pepper beds with the same compost, fertilizer, and irrigation schedule. One bed contained shredded cotton beneath the root zone. The other didn't. During stretches of hot weather, the cotton bed consistently stayed moist longer according to moisture readings. I watered less frequently, not because cotton created water, but because it slowed how quickly the existing water disappeared. That distinction matters. No soil amendment creates moisture. It simply helps you use rainfall and irrigation more efficiently. If you enjoy practical soil experiments instead of gardening myths, subscribe now because the next section explains why this trick gets even better with time. The biology underneath is doing most of the work. As cotton slowly decomposes, fungi colonize the fibers. Earthworms begin pulling fragments deeper into the soil. Beneficial microbes multiply around the decomposing cellulose. Eventually, the cotton disappears entirely, becoming part of your soil organic matter. Depending on moisture, temperature, and microbial activity, this process usually takes 1 to 3 years. That's why I never call it a permanent solution. It's a temporary moisture reservoir that gradually transforms into healthier soil structure. In many ways, that's even more valuable. There are a few materials you should never bury. Only use untreated 100% natural cotton. Avoid polyester blends, synthetic fabrics, waterproof materials, heavily dyed textiles, or anything treated with stain-resistant chemicals. Old cotton towels, plain white t-shirts, cotton sheets, and untreated fabric scraps are excellent candidates. Containers also benefit from this method. A thin layer near the lower third of a large vegetable container can help stabilize moisture between watering without creating soggy conditions. I've even adapted small amounts for hydroponic seed starting experiments to reduce drying during early germination, although cotton should never replace proper hydroponic media. The biggest lesson isn't about cotton. The healthiest gardens don't depend on miracle products. They depend on understanding how water moves through living soil. Cotton works because it supports that process rather than fighting it. Combine it with compost, mulch, healthy biology, and careful watering, and each layer improves the next. That's how resilient soil is built. Instead of chasing the latest gardening gadget every season, focus on improving the ground beneath your feet. Small biological improvements compound year after year into healthier plants, stronger roots, and more consistent harvests. If you found this experiment useful, subscribe to Farmlogic and share this video with another gardener. The best gardens aren't built by watering more, They're built by teaching the soil to hold onto every drop it receives.